imagine being a little kid on a merry-go-round and all the lights and the music and everything spiraling around, and you're just so happy. And multiply that by a million gazillion times, because you've got your arms around people and they're looking into your eyes with this huge smile on their faces, and they're happy that you're there. Where else do you get that? So what is contra dance? Contra dance is traditional American dancing that was derived from English and French country dancing, kept alive in New England, mostly in small towns, when a lot of traditional dancing in many places was overrun by swing dancing, jazz, and later rock and roll, and just died out in a lot of places. My involvement with the dance goes to when I arrived in Seattle from upstate New York in 1974. And I became instantly addicted. I just loved the interplay of connection with the other people and the live music and movement and happiness. Everybody was just so joyful. And I was hooked.
You know, part of it is just the Seattle scene here. You have such a great music scene and a really nice, for people who haven't been around the country and danced in other spots, this area is a really nice contra dance crowd. I mean, it's really a friendly crowd. They dance well, they love music, they really appreciate the music. It's not just a jukebox up here. It's really special out here in Seattle. I mean, it's special for musicians to come out and play.
You could have the best music in the world, but if the sound system is not adequate, nobody's going to know it. And that's really important. So the first person to arrive at the dance is usually the sound guy, whoever's going to be doing PA. And they'll go in and start setting up equipment. And then I'll arrive about 45 minutes or so before the newcomers workshop starts.
Get this little springy thing going. It's fun. It feels different. So try that. Just step forward and have a little bit of resistance in your...
I hang quilts on the walls, set out lamps, because we don't like those overhead fluorescent lights. They're too glaring and awful, so we want a nice ambiance. So we've got floor lamps that we set out. Set out fans, because you get warm when you're dancing. If the band has CDs to sell, I bring them a little table for their CDs, and I bring them a pitcher of water with cups, and then we have flyers that go on the table in the lobby that have information about all sorts of other dances and concerts, and that box of flyers gets set out. And greet people as they come in. Welcome back.
Thanks, how you doing?
You're becoming a regular.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was a great time. Then there's chairs that get set up on a couple of different places in the room. And a lot of those tasks are things that anybody showing up early helps with. At a dance, you have this great cycle of energy that goes round and round. You've got the musicians putting out their artistry, their music. You've got the dancers that are responding to that and adding their own energy, and the caller's right in the middle, facilitating all of it, being the catalyst, so to say. So the energy just goes round and round, and the more energy the dancers put out, the more energy the musicians put out, and it just builds and builds. So everybody who comes into the event has a part in the community. You're not a passive consumer.
This is where I met my husband. It was really a nice way to sort of get connected with the community.
When I don't dance, I miss it so much, so it's great to be here.
The ultimate stage of dancing is when you're not only giving other people what they want, but it's a pleasure to do that. When you get joy out of making the best possible interaction with each person, even if they're different. And that's really a very wonderful stage to get to, because it means that every part of it is delightful.